Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, and today we will go over the trades for YieldMax funds, Tesley, Cony, NVDY, Misty, and AMZY. But first, it's been a while since I bugged you guys and showed you my options in the beginning, but I figured if I don't do it in the beginning, I'm going to forget by the end, so I'll make this quick though. Yesterday, I went a little options crazy because Monday's really my options day. Since Tuesday and Wednesday I'm in the office, it's really hard to do any options. So Monday's really the day that I can get some trades in. But regardless, let's go through them. So as you know, I am an owner of 600 shares of SOXL. So I was able to sell a call because SOXL was up earlier on in the day. Sold a call at $30 because I was able to split up the 600 shares. I put 300 under one category with an average cost basis of 30, and I separated the other three with a higher cost basis. But so since I have 300 shares at $30 cost basis, I was able to sell calls at 30 or above. So here's one of them, and I collected $112 per share or $112, which if you annualize it, it comes to a 234% annualized yield. The next trade, I sold another call on SOXL, $31 call. This one I only got $65 overall, but again, 136% annualized yield. Those shares were sitting there anyway, right? You might as well make money on them. And then I finally got Misty involved on my, Retire Now account. It was on my dividend car account, but now it's on my Retire Now account because it's perfect for it. Because guess what? If I'm a bag holder on Misty, what do I care? Because they're going to pay me a distribution. And the idea of the Retire Now account is to pay me distribution. So I sold a put for $33, which, was out of the money. We'll see how Misty goes. If Misty goes way below 33, all right, I'll sell more puts. If it goes above 33, then I won't get it. Whoopie-doo, right? Anyway, I got $215 for this because they have a further expiration of December 20th. Because unfortunately, Misty only does monthly options. So they don't do weekly, which sucks. But maybe it'll change. You never know. But right now, they're doing monthly. So that's Misty. And then I added another one, Mara. I've been talking about this over the weekend. I decided to jump in. As soon as I jumped in, Mara's been down the whole day. Then it tanked a little more. But either way, I sold the put for $23 on Mara. Got $37, 101% annualized yield. And then here's my last call on SOXL. I was going to do 32, but I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll do $30.50. So I got a little more premium, $90. I'll take it. Here's the summary. 5 trades, $519, and I did this, all pretty much right away when I had the time. But either way, $519 in one day for options. I mean, that could be a record for me. So again, I went options crazy yesterday, so I figured I'd start with that. I know some of you hate it. You're like, oh, do that at the end, but sometimes a lot of people don't make it to the end. So for the people that don't, at least they can see now, the power of options. I know I didn't go too much into it, but obviously there's a lot of money to be made in options. That's the moral of the story. All right, so who had trades yesterday? NVIDIA had trades. Of course they did. And oh my God, look at this. Cony had trades, and then Misty had trades. So let's start with NVIDIA. What did they do? Okay, top 4, buy call, sell put, sell call, buy call. All right, 4 trades. What does that mean? It means they're adding to the synthetic and they're adding a call credit spread, for this week actually. 12/13 is this Friday. So, okay, that's fine. And then down below, even more interesting, some actively managing here. They did a BC buy to close. They closed a call that expired this week, and they sold another call in the same week. All right, good. Because usually when they do this, on the Monday, it pisses me off, especially. Like they'll close it out early, and then they'll sell a call into the following week. I'm like, what? We still got 4.5 days left, or whatever, depending on the time they did it. Like, why not utilize the current week right? So they did, I like this. They did good. I mean, they went tight on the strikes, but what do you expect? So anyway, let's take a look at the spreadsheets and see what this looks like. Okay. NVDY. Hello, NVDY. All right, so NVDY has two synthetics. They have a synthetic 148. They did not touch this one, though. Because why? Well, it's 6.21% under. NVIDIA is 6.21% under that strike. So we'll let that one be for now. They did use the 138. So here it is, 12.9, 1,500 contracts. Yeah, so they added it. Did it cost a lot of money? Yeah, well, not really. Like 500K or so, because it's close to price. So obviously, this is the right one to add it to. This synthetic, obviously, it's essentially at the money. Expires 74 days. So we'll see how that one plays out. This total down here, by the way, that's the total number of contracts between the two synthetics, which this number keeps me honest as I add to the weekly tab, because it's very easy to get this screwed up. And believe me, I have done some screw ups. All right. So how did Nvidia do yesterday? Not good again, man. What is going on? Apparently China don't like them. China. But yeah, they went down 2.55%. Nvidia went down 2.17%. So yeah, blood in the water yesterday. All right, let's get the Zoom game proper. It's never easy. Never easy. I need a Zoom class here. Okay, you ready? Yeah, they got a lot going on, right? But first, let's look at the one they closed. This is the one they closed. So again, they closed it early, right? This was the higher strike of the two. I don't know if you remember from yesterday's video. They had two strikes, a 148 and a 149. Here's the 149. So the higher strike is obviously cheaper to close than the lower strike. So they closed the higher strike. They paid 16 cents per share. And obviously the call on the bottom, they only made 2 cents because it's not worth anything, obviously, at that point in time. But overall, what matters is it's an overall profit. So if you go to profit loss column S, you see 7.5 million in profits. But obviously the buy call, which created the call credit spread, you have to offset that. So they only made 6.1 million, all right? Because that's the price to pay for your little call credit spread insurance, right? If you want that insurance, it costs money. All right, so down here are the new trades. All right, so the 1,500 contracts, those were, again, outstanding shares added into the fund. Yeah, so that's obviously what's going on there. New money, new fresh money, new blood. All right, 1,500 contracts, 142 strike price, 2.3% out of the money. Ew, yucky do. Oh, I didn't freaking update this. Did I? No. All right. So one thing I've been trying to make sure I do, and I'll do it right here, is let me copy that and I'll put it right here. Boom. Okay. I'll explain in a second. So yeah, they're 2.3% out of the money. Why is the annualized blue? Well, they're selling a call in the same week, right? If you're selling a call in the same week, you're collecting premium for all active trading days. So for me to annualize this using the 365-day rule is unfair. I only use the 365-day rule if we're going through weekends, because if I'm averaging what we're getting paid and it's across a weekend, it's only fair that I do use all weekends, right? Using the 365. If they make a trade within the same week, then I'm going to use the 252-day trading rule. So that's how I'll annualize that, which will obviously make it less. All right, I don't know if that made sense, but that's why it's blue, and that's what I'll try to remember doing going forward. Because obviously, I do it on my options. It's easier to remember my options, but anyway, let's move on. So what was the analyzed yield? 64% minus the 9. All right, so it's around 55%. Their 30-day IV is 38%. So yeah, kind of aggressive. The other ones, again, you saw they closed about half the contracts at the 149. Here's what they opened at. They used the 48,572 contracts. They opened at a 142. But look at that. Look at that gap. That's tight, man. That's tight. Let's make sure it's accurate, though. Let's go back. 142, buy, call, 145. Yeah. Right? Sell, 142, buy. Wow. $3 gap. I think I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so they sold a call, 142, 2.3% out of the money, same as the above. Again, tight. But they bought a call at 145. So it's only a $3 spread. That's interesting. All right, so the annualized yield on that, what are they getting, though? They're getting, nothing? Well, they're getting 28%. Their 30-day IV is 38%. So, yeah, they're not getting quite their annualized IV, but it looks like they're trying something new. So that's, we like new. We like when they try different things. All right, so what else we got going on for this week? Well, we got the 148s chilling out. Are they closing them early? Well, if Nvidia goes down today, they may, but we'll see. All right, so the rest, essentially the other half of the contracts, 148 strike price, 6.62% out of the money. So that's obviously in a good spot at this very moment. Outstanding shares, where are we at? 12.9. Yeah, they went up again, 450K. Wow. Fund be growing. All right, so the recap is 30-day IV, 38%. Outstanding shares, 59,325,000. Net income, yeah, that's a loss still, unfortunately. Obviously, they did good, though. They're minimizing that loss. It's 25.1 mil. Reaction, I give them credit. I give them balls. They got balls, all right? Whether or not it's a good move, to be determined, but at least they're trying something different. They're being actively managed. They're actively managing the fund. I can't talk today. It's going to be a fun, long commute office day. But anyway, I give them 2 balls because they got balls for doing a good trade. They close out the trade within the week. They open a new trade within the week. They do a tight credit call spread, right? So, all right, 2 balls for that. Group B declares, far, far away in 2025. Payment information, nah, it's all losses. So, unfortunately, nothing to give you guys there. But based on the IV would pay a 78-cent distribution. I know you don't want to hear that. But we got plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. Synthetic ain't really worth the damn at the moment. And then obviously you could see these the current calls. Look at the 148 and row 14. It's only 22 cents per share to close it. So obviously if Nvidia goes down today, they may decide to close that one out early. And then the 142, we'll see how that one goes. All right. So that's it with Nvidia. So let's go to the Misty trade over here. What do? Well, the typical 4 transactions. We got a buy call, we got a sell put, we got a sell call, and a buy call, right? So what did they do? Well, they added 1,260 contracts. Yay! To the same synthetic, 315. Sold a call at 410, bought a call at 520. All right. We'll see what that looks like. I see the 1213 though. See that 1213? They chose an expiration date this week. All right. We like that. But they typically do that on Misty because MSTR's options chain is there's so much action there. You can always find a good a good trade. Okay. All right, you ready? Here we go. Wait, is this the 1,260? I just double check. 1,260. Yep. Okay. All right. So they added 1,260 contracts to the 315 synthetic. You could see it's very costly to add to this because, they're already ahead, right? They're essentially ahead in price. And if they're ahead in price, obviously they're going to make money. So for them to make money already off the gun, you're going to pay money to get into the position. So they're buying a call at 13.9 mil. They're selling a put. They got a 5 million credit. So obviously, cost them about 8 mil or so, but whatever, This is the only synthetic. So it's either that or they start a new one. And the way MSTR jumps around, maybe they're not comfortable doing that. I don't know. But either way, they're 15.98% above the current strike price. And this synthetic expires in 74 days. MSTR, man, they had a rough one yesterday. Let's see the numbers here. Ooh-wee, they had a rough one. Why do you think I sold a put on Misty? All right, so MSTR went down to the ground, down 7.51%. Boy, oh boy. All right, Misty went down 5.2% at 33.70. So, yeah, I don't know. What can you say, man? All right. You know what Misty Fund Manager's saying? He's like, I knew this. Duh, bro. Wake up. All right, so what do we got here? Well, I mean, we got a lot. But I'm going to simplify it. So they did add 1260, right? 1,260 contracts. They chose a 410, but we also have another 410 up here, so I highlight them both blue. So we got about what? 2,760 contracts, 410 strike price, 12.22% out of the money. Okay, that's the 410. We also have a 400 just chilling by itself, 4,850 contracts of them. That's 9.49% out of the money. Okay, only up from here, luckily. So now we go up, and now we got 420s. Again, everyone's favorite holiday. 420 strike price. What do we got? 20. Well, we got over 20,000. Again, I'm just giving rough estimates. We don't need exact contract numbers unless you want me to sit here and plug in numbers all day. But it's the 420 is 14.96% out of the money. That's pretty good right now. And last but not least, the 430, the furthest, the highest strike price, 17.7% out of the money. I mean, what a change a day makes, right? Wow. Misty Fund Manager, is he a genius or a lucky? All right, so outstanding shares, yeah, yep, more, give me more. All right, 300,000 more. Could you imagine when the options change? Well, their options expire on 12/20. I got to keep that in mind when doing this spreadsheet to see how much the outstanding shares do change on 12/20. All right. When is there let me check. Let me jump ahead. 12/18. Damn it. It's on the next cycle. All right. So I'll have to remember to add it to the next cycle. All right. 30-day IV is, 117%. Outstanding shares, 43.5 mil. Net income, no. It's a loss of 17.2 mil. So hopefully we'll get there. We'll get some, income. So, we know, what did we tell the Misty Fund Manager to do? I think we told him to bang his head a few times, right? Because he was, in danger. But what happened? MSTR went down. So one of his coworkers, the nice person that he is, he decided to write him a note. He said, you are so strong, supportive, and smart, all right? So he made him feel a little better because, after he banged his head on that thing like over and over, his face is all beat up. So we got to give him something, right? We got to give him that note so he feels better about himself. Anyway, Group D declares in 8 days on December the 18th. Not this week, next week. Tomorrow is the Cony gang, the troublemakers. All right, so money, no money, sorry. Moving on from here. Just IV. Again, I'm not going to tell you about the losses. We talked about the losses. But the IV is 117%. Based on that, you're hoping they pay 304 at least. Last month, they paid 442. Okay. All right, so holding information. What do we want to talk about? Well, we could talk about the synthetic. Yeah, synthetic's awesome. And then we could talk about the weeklies, right? Are they awesome? Not yet. So far in the right direction. So far they seem safe, but we shall see, right? They got calls, they got call credit spread, they got this, that, and the other thing. So the synthetic is worth 204 mil, for those of you counting. And the size of this fund is, again, still gigantic, $1.4 billion. Again, this fund alone is bigger than all three Roundhill funds. Just think about that. The NAV is 33.56, and the trade price, wow, it's a little off, 33.70. Okay, so whatever, right? Anyway, so that's Misty. Moving on, I got to do Tesley, and then I'll cover the Cony AMZY group. So Tesley did not have a trade. Why? Well, because they didn't need to, right? Anyway, nice boring day for Tesley. That's fine. They have a 295 synthetic, just hanging out. 28,763 contracts. Look at that, man. They're 32% above their strike. So they're fine. No issue there, right? Tesla, I don't know if you guys watched Tesla yesterday. It went up in the pre-market, in the open, and then it went down. Crazy stock. But anyway, it ended up 0.5. Oh my God. I clearly cannot speak today, so maybe I should just call it a day. Call out, stay home, go to sleep. Tesla went up 0.15%. Tesley went up 0.06%. And I was going to do a car commute video. Is that a good idea? I'd be rambling. All right, so as far as trades, this is it. All right, nice and easy. I mean, thank you, Tesley. Give me a break. I mean, technically, this could be in 2 lines, but whatever. We won't complain anymore. But basically, it's about 28,000 contracts, or all of the contracts, we'll just say 390 strike price. Oh boy, 0.05% out of the money. Wow. Yeah. I mean, they are lucky Tesla came back down, because they were getting whooped. But we'll see. The week is young. Outstanding shares, people sold, man. 975,000 less outstanding shares. So here's the recap. 30-day IV, 61%. Outstanding shares, 70.1 mil. Total net income, it's a loss of 28.3 mil. And so we'll stop it there. Reaction, yeah, up, down, up, down, up, down. Tesla doesn't know what's going on, right? Group A declares on the day after Christmas. If you care, if you'll be alive, you'll be alert, you'll be ready. But supposedly, they will declare then. Bright and early after a long-ass Christmas day. All right, so, again, payment information, not good, man. They do have synthetic income, though, 3.2 mil. But the short call loss of 28 mil, exceeds that. So what can you do? But you just look at the weeklies. That's 40 cents. Oh, no, sorry. That's a debit. Yeah, so the overall income, nothing I could do. But so I can look at the, wait, what? 62? No way. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize the IV jumped up that high. I guess I've read it before. I didn't even pay attention. But wow, the IV, impressively higher. I don't know what wasn't it in the 50s? All right, either way, 62% IV, that's an 81-cent payment, assuming that's what they're striving for, but we shall see. Look at that synthetic money, man. It's worth 283 mil if they ever decide to close it. So if we see, obviously, the orange is greater than the pink, look at that call, 305 mil. The put would cost $22 million to close that position. Yeah, but the 390 call, that's going to be interesting this week. Right now, it's 10.90 a share to close. So yeah, it's not. They need some time value to go down, and they kind of need Tesla to stay flat. Which, good luck with that. All right, total net assets under management, whatever you want to call it. It's $1.1 billion fund. The NAV is 1576. Trade price is 1574. 2-cent gap if you care. All right, so who is up next? Cony and AMZY. We'll go to Cony first because they actually had a trade. Big trade. So how do we even look at this? Like, what do you even do? Like, where do you even begin? Well, again, if you're trying to yourself, like I always say, just start with the BC by the close. What are they closing and why? So BC by the close, it's about 5 lines down. They closed at 380. Okay. And then they sold a call. Okay. So they closed 775 contracts worth, and they opened a new position within the same week. Again, good. So they're essentially rolling their strike price down, okay? Because coin went down. So since coin went down, they figured, okay, let's roll our strike price down because we can capitalize on, the downward momentum and make more premium on it. Let's hope it doesn't burn them in the ass, though, all right? Because they did it again. They did a BC by the close, 7,000 contracts. They closed the 380, and they opened the 342.50. And then down below, again, they closed the 380, and then they opened the 342.50. So that's a big, we'll call it risk. Is it smart? It's smart if it works out, right? But, I do like, again, this is active management, right? We pay 0.99% annualized. And, in the ETF world, that's very expensive. But to do options, especially actively like this, it makes it all worth it. Again, is it going to work out? I don't know. But look how active they are, right? They're trying to, this shows me at least, they're trying to make the most premium for us. And again, I love the fact that they kept the trade in the same week. That's just my opinion. I know some of you may feel differently, but again, I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of how I feel about some of these trades, if it matters. So anyway, here, if we go to coin, here, obviously, here's, as expected, it went down, right? Because on 12/6, that was the Friday, it was 343. As of the close Monday, went down to 310. That is a big downward. It went down 10.66%. Cony went down with it, 8.88%. So our synthetics are probably not going to be that pretty. Yeah. The day before, we were looking awesome on our synthetics. Now we're right back in the middle. Coins at 310, our synthetics sit at 300 and 320. But you know what? Who cares, right? Because they expire next year. So let's not worry about them. Let's focus on what we got now on the weeklies, all right? Because as we saw, right, they closed out some weeklies and they opened new ones, but they all still have a Friday expiration. So let's talk about them. All right, let's start at the top. 2,600 contracts, 340 strike price, 9.49% out of the money, all right? And then they got 14,565 contracts. This is the one they just opened, right? Because since they closed the old. 342.50, that's 10.3% out of the money. So it's still 10% out of the money. That's good. However, 10% is nothing with coin. With 4 trading days, nah. All right, now there is a buy call in between the various sold call strike prices. I do like this. So at 370. So is the gap getting tighter on all of the holdings? Possibly. All right, this is what, $30 gap? I mean, we were looking at $100 sometimes. I know on Misty it was over 100, right? I think Cony had some hundreds. So at least, this is interesting. This is a scattered-do supreme because we got scattered, sold calls and scattered buy calls. So, it's a scattered credit call spread. All right, so let's move on. Now, the ones that they didn't close are down in the middle here. 9,000 contracts, 372.50 strike, sitting 19.96% out of the money. So that's still there. If coin decides to fly to the moon now, gain back 10%, those other strikes up above, yeah, they're in trouble. But these, they wouldn't. They'd still be fine. They'd have another 10% to go. So that's good. And then they got 9,615 contracts, 375 strike price, 20.77% out of the money. That's pretty good. And then the smallest position, does it really matter? It's 900 contracts, 377.50 strike price, 21% out of the money. Sitting pretty, right? All right, so that's good, right? That's good. Now, so what do we got here? So let me just show you the gap. So they have what? Like, look at the 99. They had the 372.50, and then the gap was what, 417. So that was what, 30, 40, almost $50. So it seems like the spread is a little tighter, not by much, but still, better than nothing, right? All right. The value of this fund is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 1687, and the trade price is 1690. 3-cent difference for anyone that cares. 30-day IV is 76%. IV estimate showing $1. They declare tomorrow on December 11th. They typically will declare early morning around between 6:30 a.m. and 7 a.m. So stay tuned for that. If you didn't sign up for the emails, you can go to their website and sign up for the emails in order to get that announcement right away. Or you can just join my Discord, hang out in the YieldMax channel, and everyone is on top of it. As soon as it's announced, it's a party in there. So what do we got going on here? Well, AMZY didn't have a trade. How did Amazon do? Amazon, pretty lame-ass day. It went down 0.42%. AMZY didn't move. Well, I'll take that all day. So let's take a look at the numbers here. Well, they got the 210 synthetic. Amazon's at 226, so they're 7 11% above that. That's fine. That's all good and dandy. All right. But again, their sold call, we knew there was in trouble. So the fact that Amazon went down is actually a good thing. 10,550 contracts, 225 strike price, 0.48% in the money. Yucky. All right, so we'll see how this week plays out. But they do have the quarter spread, but that has a 235. So we'll see if that plays, into being useful. So what do we got? Assets under management, 236,000. The NAV still above 20, baby. That's what I'm talking about. It's 2016, trade price 2025. Again, I'm treating AMZY as, $20, pay us. $20, pay us. Again, I like it. It works. It seems to be working. Hope all the other funds can start doing that. Synthetic bailout money, yeah, 19 mil. That's not bad. For AMZY, it's not bad. For the others, it's a joke. 30-day IV, 25%. Again, that makes it weak, but what can you say? IV estimate, 40 cents. They declare again, not this week, but next week, 8 calendar days on December 18th. All right, so that's the update on all 5 funds. I've been getting a lot of requests. Can you cover Platy? Can you cover SIMSY? On occasion I do, but I do it under the member thing because, I don't really have the time. But people are looking for regular content, and that's, unfortunately, I don't have the time. Like these 4 that I cover, this is it. Or these 5, sorry. Again, I do 2 at the holding basis, and I do 3 at the detailed basis. But if I do ever decide to make NVDY more of a holding basis, I may consider, adding NVIDIA to the holding plus 1 more, because again, when I moved Cony over here, I added plus 1. So I could probably do another plus 1 at that point in time. So if I do decide to move NVIDIA to a less detailed tracking, such as like the holdings like these, then I may decide to add 1 more. And at that point, I would take a vote of Platy or SIMSY. I don't know. We'll see. No promises. But I just wanted to respond to people who were asking about that because, guys, I'm capped. I'm barely getting this done in time. Most of I have a full-time job. I have 2 children at home, so, and this takes time to even prepare in advance. So again, every minute of my day is filled, right? Obviously outside of sleep, which sometimes that's minimal too, but there is no chill time. So it's not like I'm just like, sitting around. Not to mention, this video is becoming 30 to 40 minutes, which is, quite extensive. People don't want it to be that long. People want it to be 30 minutes or below. So anyway, that being said, let me move on to the pre-market. Here we are at the pre-market. Probably running late. Again, it's an office day. I got to get my ass moving. So this is as of 5:45 a.m. Tesla looking a little green today. It's up 0.52%. It's at 391.81. Tesley is up 0.13%. It's at 1576. NVDY, oh my God, you're still red. It's down 0.86%. It's at 137.61. NVDY is down 0.75%, 23.75. Coin is up 2.63%. It's at 318.70. Cony is up 2.54%. It's at 17.33. MSTR is up 2.61%. It's at 374.82. MSTY is up 2.2%. It's at 34.44. My put looking good. Yeah. TSLL. Oh my God. TSLL. Go down. Go down. All right. It's up 0.92%. It's at 27.33. Very expensive. TNA is up 0.06%. It's at 52.86. AMD. Does anyone even care about AMD? Should I remove them? They are up 0.09%. They're at 11.01. Or are they like the hidden gem, right? Are they like the next Nvidia? Or NVDY, I should say. Anyway, AMZY. No update. Just showing 2025. What's going on? Bitcoin. Oh, BTC under 100K. All right, it's going to be the battle of 100K for a while. They are up 1.65%. They are at 97,772. BitX, 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 2X Bitcoin is up 3.03% at 59.92. Saxel, oh, you're red again, you bastard, you. They're down 1.03%. They're at 28.93. SMCI, Super Microcomputer, is up 0.59% at 44.38. SMCY is up 0.41%. They're at 37.02. Palantir is up 1.28%. It's at 73.39. Plady is up 1.55%. It's at 68.50. TSM is down 1.31%. It's at 196.57. And TSMY is down 1.37%. It's at 19.50. So that's it for the pre-market. That's it for the update. And that's it for everything. So I was kind of hoping today Soxel would be a little green, help me out a little, because, you know, I'm doing the wheel on Soxel, and with the wheel, do you want to be stuck in it a while? I mean, does it matter? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but I like to make money on all my shares. But if it's not going to be turning green, then I got to sell more puts and get more shares, which I didn't want to do, but guess what? I may have to do. But anyway, enough about Soxel. People know the Soxel story. But again, I'm making money the best that I can. I sold 3 calls yesterday. If Soxel goes down any more today, I could probably close them out for a profit that's over 50%, maybe even 70% profit in within a day, which is awesome. But we'll see. All right, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again tomorrow. As you can see, my voice is nearly recovered at this point. So it's almost, tomorrow should be 100% recovered. Thank God. So it does, believe me, my voice was annoying the crap out of me. I was so tired of hearing myself talk. But anyway, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. So outside of that, I got nothing except the keywords. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the key word. What the hell is the key word? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I suck lately and I can't think of freaking keywords. But since I guess we did balls for who was that? Was that NVDY Fund Manager? I don't even remember any at this point. But so we could do the keyword today, since the NVDY Fund Manager made an interesting move. 2 moves that were interesting, right? They closed out the weekly, stayed within the week, lowered the strike. Again, high risk, high reward, and they kept the credit call spread a little tighter gap. So we give him 2 balls for that. So today's keyword, if you made it this far in the video, is balls. All right, BALLS. So interpret that how you want, but the keyword is balls. If you don't want to say balls, then feel free to say fa la 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 la. All right, so those are your options. All right, I'm sometimes giving options if maybe people feel the keyword is inappropriate. But balls are balls, right? Basketball, baseball, what's the big deal? But, you know the other option. I won't sing again for you. But anyway, I'm out of here. I'm done yapping. I got to post this. I got to get my ass moving, get to work. Maybe a commute video, maybe not. Who knows? We shall see. But it looks like it's raining, I think. I don't know. I'm out of here. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Later.